Good morning. Thanks for joining us today. Come on with us to 1 Peter chapter 4 this morning. 1 Peter 4 at verse 3. It says, "For we have spent enough of our past lifetime in doing the will of the Gentiles when we walked in lewdness, lust, drunkenness, revelries, drinking parties, and abominable idolatries. In regard to these, they think it strange that you do not run with them in the same flood of dissipation, speaking evil of you." And that is absolutely true. The world thinks that it's strange that we do not conduct our lives like they do. We don't have the same goals. We don't have the same desires. We don't enjoy the same things. We're different. It's a foreign concept to them. And because it's a foreign concept to them, they speak evil of us. It shouldn't surprise us, frankly, because it is a strange thing. We are foreigners in this world. It is a strange thing. But I want to talk about other things that are strange. Back in chapter 2 at verse 13, it says, "Therefore submit yourselves to every ordinance of man for the Lord's sake, whether to the king as supreme or to governors." Later on in the same verse, down at verse 17, it says, "Honor all people, love the brotherhood, fear God, honor the king." What a strange thing. You know, in this day and age where there is so much hatred politically, what a strange thing if we would actually do what the Bible says and to submit to government and to honor the king. That's what the Bible tells us to do, to pray for those in authority. How can you pray for those who are in authority and then turn around and curse them in the same breath? You ever thought about that? It's kind of hard to do. What we're called to do is to pray for them, to submit to them, and this verse says to honor them. Doesn't mean that you can't disagree with them. Certainly you can disagree with them. But we give honor to whom honor is due, as the Bible says. What a strange concept. Another strange concept, though, is in verse 20, as it talks about, "For what credit is it if you, talking to servants, what credit is it if when you are beaten for your faults you take it patiently, but when you do good and suffer, if you take it patiently, this is commendable before God." What a strange thing that there are people out there who think that we should actually suffer patiently. That's actually what we are called to do. That when someone does us wrong, that we're called to turn the other cheek, as it is. Whether we are talking about our work, whether we are talking about our marriage, that's spoken about down in chapter 3. What does the world say? The world says, just quit your job, just let someone else take care of you, just live off the dole, and just go ahead and get out of there. What does the world say if your marriage is not everything that you think it should be? Just go ahead and go file the papers. Go ahead and get a divorce. Everybody's doing it nowadays. The Bible says, you know what? We're called to suffer patiently. What a strange thing. Over in chapter 5 at verse 5, it says, "God resists the proud, but gives grace to the humble." What a strange thing that we are actually called to be humble. What does the world say anymore? You know, when you hear people say, "We are a proud people," that is absolutely true. You know what? God resists the proud. What we need to be is we need to be a humble people. We need to be subject to one another, serving one another. What a strange concept. And the reason we're supposed to do that is because that's what Jesus did. Because he had the power. He had the power to come down off the cross, but he did not use it. He humbled himself. Hope you enjoyed this study. God bless you. Be a blessing to others. We hope to see you tomorrow.